Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this episode, we will go on to episode 3 of the Intermediate Python series. Today we will be learning about decorators in Python. Let's get started. First, let's learn about decorators and why they're used. Decorators allow us to add certain functionality or actions in functions without directly modifying them. Decorators can also help with organizing and making your code easier to use. We will see how this is possible in the next slide. A decorator is split up into two parts. The first part is over here. This part contains a function that has the base code. The second part, which is over here, is another function. But the previous function with the base code is decorated or added on to this second function. That's why it's called a decorator, because the base code is decorated into the second part. Now let's look at what the first part does. So first we have a border function, kind of like the outer function of the first part. So this outer function is supposed to have one parameter. You can name this parameter anything you want, but it's easier to name it just simply function or func, short form of function. Then you add a colon like you do for other functions, and now we have to add another function inside. So this function here is the wrapper. This wrapper will contain the decorations inside of the decorator. So inside the wrapper, first I put my decorations, my top decoration. So for my top decoration, I just put a bunch of hyphens. Then we need to call this parameter as a function, because this function here is kind of like a placeholder for the second function here to run. So wherever we put the function, it's going to print out this code, or it's going to run whatever code is inside of this function. If we put function after this line, for example, then it's going to print out two sets of hyphens, and then it's going to print out hello world in this example. But for now, I did one top decoration. I just called this function so that it's going to be decorated between the top decoration and the bottom decoration. So you can put whatever decorations you want inside of the wrapper, but make sure that you have at least some decorations and that you call this function here. Then come out of the wrapper, and you want to return the wrapper because this is kind of like a function inside the other function. So you have to return this function so that it connects with both the outer function and its own function. So you have to do return wrapper. Make sure that return wrapper is aligned with the def wrapper part. Now let's look at the second part. So before typing in the second function here, we actually have to do at and then the name of the decorator, so that this base code decorates with whatever function you're typing in here. Now we can type in our second function. So I just wanted to create a simple function. So I just did def message and print hello world. So basically, where it says function right here, where we called function, it's going to print hello world over there, because we decorated both the base code and the second function. So on the console, what it's going to do is first it's going to print out the top decoration, which is a bunch of hyphens, and then it's going to print out hello world in place of this function, and then it's going to print out the bottom decoration. Now I'm going to show you an example of a decorator in this REPL.it project. First, I'm going to be typing up the base of the decorator, and I'm going to leave out blanks for us to fill out together. Now we have the base of our decorator here. So first we have to enter our top decoration. So I'm just gonna print out a bunch of asterisks this time. You can type in any decoration you want. I'm gonna copy this part for the bottom decoration too. Now we have to call the function. So we have to call this parameter over here. So we have to do function, which was the name of the parameter, and parentheses. So now we have the first part of the decorator finished. Now let's take a look at the second part. So I already did the at and then the name of the border function here, but if you didn't, make sure to do so. After that, now we need our name of the function and the decorated code inside of that function. So I'm just gonna name this, let's say, random funk, because I'm gonna put random stuff inside. Okay, so now I have some random stuff in my random function. So now all we have to do is call this function. So the name of the function, which is random func in this case, and then a set of parentheses. Now let's take a look at what happens when we run this code. So first, it prints out our top decoration, which was these asterisks. Then, where we call this parameter function, it printed out all of these random stuff inside the random function. Then, it printed out our bottom decoration. So this is basically how a decorator works. Thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to hit that like button and leave a comment regarding this episode so that I'll know how to make future episodes. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you'll know when future courses are released. See you in the next video!